The sky is falling, UFOs have landed, and President Trump has been impeached. Convinced? No? Then why not question the news you see in your day to day life? Fake news. You hear about it, you see it, you might have even spread some at some point in your life. But what is fake news? And how can you spot it? Today, we'll be looking more into the world of social media, the press, and credible sources. Fake news is everywhere. It's in newspaper sites, it's on the radio, it's in politics, it's even in your social media apps. It can come in almost any form. One of the most popular forms is clickbait. I'm sure you've seen it, especially in magazines. The other day I saw an article titled, "Which is actually worse, weed or alcohol?" Fake news can come in pretty much any form as long as someone somewhere has a bias and isn't afraid to use it. Maybe to you it doesn't seem like all that big a deal, or maybe it does, but the wide spreading of fake news can actually be really damaging to people, companies, and just about anyone involved. When fake news gets around, especially if it's spread by a big company or an influencer, it can really damage a person's life or a company's business and reputation. Fake news can start anywhere and spread through multiple platforms. You might not even realize that what you're seeing, hearing, or reading is fake. A lot of people think that it's hard to spot, but really, it's not all that hard. Some of the easiest ways to tell if it's real or not is to ask yourself if it's believable. Does what you're seeing make sense? Are there any obviously photoshopped or unusually staged pictures? Or, for a more in-depth tactic, is the source known for posting fake things? Is it something reposted on a Snapchat or an Instagram story from a questionable account? Maybe the source has an openly stated bias towards something. All of these things are big red flags that has a pretty good chance of being fake news. Check your sources. Know your facts. Coming across fake news is very common, but social media platforms generally have a hard time separating fake from real news, especially when it's not immediately obvious. But they do try. If all fake news could be spotted and taken down, then I'd say yes, go for it. It would make everything a whole lot less stressful, but then there's also the side of, well, how do you know something's fake? Maybe you have a bias and you don't like what you're seeing, which is totally reasonable standpoint. So, yeah, social media should block the obviously fake news, but is it going to happen? Almost definitely not. Honestly, overall, if you feel like something is fake, don't read it, don't share it, just ignore it. There's a whole bunch of ways that we talked about today on how to spot it, and in most cases, it's not too hard. You can't rely on the platforms to block all of it unless it's over the top. So, in this technology reliant society, build your skills to spot what's real and what's fake, and you'll be all set. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.